Okay, we are live. We're recording. So, thank you everybody for being on tonight or listening to the recording. We are fresh off of some of us fresh out of an airplane and some of us fresh out of a car coming back from Nashville. And we had seriously such an amazing time. And I'm so thankful for another really great year at Summit because, man, it truly is life changing. And you don't really understand until you've been there, and just kind of experienced being with so many other coaches, the energy, the excitement, and just to learn and grow together and to really understand the business better than you understood it when you came. I mean, for me, it's always listening to the top coaches and to hear their stories and really how they run their businesses because, my heart is to get to that point one day to where we have a large team, because the larger our team, the more influence we have on the world around us. And that's ultimately our goal. And I hope that that's your goal too. And so I'm excited because I've got Dina and Brittany who are going to share with us tonight just their top takeaway and kind of just really share what stuck out to them and what they're excited to implement more into their business, and kind of what thoughts drove that really drove them to, kind of push it to the next level. And then I've got Jennifer, who's unable to be on our call tonight, but I'm going to share her thoughts as well and kind of what stuck out to her. But overall, we had such an amazing week. I mean, we really, the speakers were phenomenal. My personal favorite, Simon Sinek, was there. He's a guy who has done a very famous TED Talk. And his thing is that he kind of talks about, us as human beings and how we operate, our human nature, and how that actually operates within the workplace, and how, with us as leaders, we've got to put ourselves last. We've got to put everybody else's needs first and put our own needs last if we really want to grow an organization who trusts us and loves us and respects us and wants to follow us and do great things with us. We ultimately have to, kind of put ourselves in the back seat and put our people before us. And I love that because that's just how we were created. And I believe that's how God designed us too, is to serve others and to put others first, and that our needs come last. And so that was super awesome. So they should have that talk up on the Beachbody back office at some point. So if you get a chance, absolutely recommend it. If not, we can find it on YouTube because it's there. Okay, so let me go through that was just a little snippet. That's not my top takeaway, but that's definitely something good. Anyways, I could go on and on. So let's do a couple of the announcements real quick. You guys, Summit has sold out already. It's sold out. It's crazy. It did this last year too. Within 2 days, the entire event sold out. But the good news is that if you put yourself on the waiting list right now, like tonight, if you're not on it, just get yourself on the waiting list, because it's worth it to be on there and to get that spot than to not ever be able to get the spot at all. You've got to get there. You've got to be there with us next year. It's absolutely worth every dime. It's an investment into your business and into your future. It's an investment into you as a person. I mean, it's a weekend full of some of the best personal development you'll get, and truly motivates you to push yourself forward in the business. And so please get on the waiting list. Even if you're kind of like, I might go, I might not go, just get on the waiting list. Please, please, please. Okay, so besides that, Size was released today. The challenge pack is on sale until August, end of August. It's on sale for $140. Pretty stoked about that. $140, normally $160. But please, I mean, here's the thing. The Size workout, and I have not done it yet, so you can have Brittany, you can have anybody who's tried it. They can, maybe Britt, you can kind of touch on this a little bit and share kind of your thoughts on it. But you guys, this workout is very different than anything that Beachbody's ever come out with. But it is so intriguing to, I mean, everybody I've talked to is like, that looks awesome. And I'm excited to try it and get it and go through the program, even though I have zero dancing ability. I mean, I'm talking like I don't even think I'll ever post myself doing this unless like I can, I don't know. It's just crazy. I have zero, but I'm hoping he'll teach me. That's the goal, right? And to move and have fun. So make sure that you know all the ins and outs about this workout, and make sure that you are prepared to talk about it and to promote it and to share it with your friends, because if you have a lot of people in your life who are not super interested in PiYo, who may not be interested in the 21-day fix, but they like to dance, you know, they enjoy dancing, this is absolutely the program for them. So make sure that you know your stuff to be able to share with other people. That's really important. And then, of course, Fixate is now available. So if you don't have the Fixate cookbook, please get it. I mean, these are all things. The reason I talk to you about these things and encourage you to buy them, whether or not you're going to use them every day, as a coach, it's really important that we own the products that we're selling, that we don't just know about them, but that we own them and use them. It's really important. I mean, that's just an investment into your business that is allowing you to continue to be a product of the product. So get the Fixate cookbook. You guys, it's like $20 for us coach. Not even. It's like, I think it's like $15, isn't it? So it's $15. Thank you, Brittany. For it's $20 retail. That's what I was thinking. Okay, so it's about $14.95, I think, for us coaches, and that is absolutely worth it. You can get the Fixate cookbook with the containers if you don't already have those too. So please get that. Just do yourself a favor and talk about it. You know, use it once in a while if you're not going to use it every day, and talk about the recipes. That's a great way to get it out there. Okay, so I think that's about it. You guys know, keep fighting for Success Club. I know a few of you guys have already hit it, and you guys are rocking and rolling. So please make sure you're going to hit Success Club this month for your own business, for your own business sake, and for the income potential that it comes with. So make that happen. Okay, so we are going to dive right into this. I've asked, like I said, I've asked Brittany and Dina to share some of their takeaways, their top takeaway, and kind of how they plan to apply it to their business. So Dina, if you'll go ahead and start us out and kind of just give us your top takeaway, we'd love to hear it and what really stuck with you, and then just give us a quick description of how you're going to apply it to your business and for the future moving forward.
Okay. Hi, can you hear me okay? Okay. I'm Dina Moore, and I just had the best time at Summit 2015. I really enjoyed not only spending time with Team 180 ladies, and but I also really enjoyed the workouts, of course, and the speakers were outstanding. I just got a lot out of it. I got a lot of leadership, motivation, encouragement out of it. And I guess I'm just going to dive in and just tell y'all what I feel I took, brought home with it. And I'm going to apply this. So I just thought I'd share this with you. Mainly, it's funny, Emily, you brought our purpose here in life is, to help others. And while I was at Summit, I was noting that in Acts 20:35-36, it mentions that it is more blessed to give than to receive. It's so funny. That was just exactly what I was thinking. And because that is what I feel our purpose is in this world, is to help others, not because we're expecting something back, but because we love to do that, and we're doing it for the best purpose ever. So I thought that was great that you had brought that up, because we're on the same page. The takeaways that I brought back were passion, patience, and action. And the way I break that down is Dewitt Jones. He was a speaker. He was a photographer for National Geographic, and I guess he was also a what would you consider that? Anyhow, he was outstanding. But one of the things he talked about is finding our balance. I mean, know what your balance is, and basically that really stuck, because if you don't know what your balance is, which I was struggling with and sort of still am, because I need to get organized. I think that's the biggest thing for me, because I've got so much going on in my life. I've got lots of areas that I deal with, and I don't know, a lot of you, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you deal with the same thing where you're dealing with, you know, your own business or work, you know, that you're working with, and then you feel like, you know, you love doing everything that you do, and you want to do everything 100%, and you can't, and you've got about 5 things going. Which one do you do the most? Where's your balance, you know? And so I took a lot from that, and I want to thank Emily and Brittany for really being there for me when that was like the biggest thing when I was there. And then I hear, you know, the latest speakers, and I'm like, wow, you know, this is making sense. Just, that's where the patience comes from. That's where the patience comes in. And that's what everybody was telling me, Tina, just have patience. So what I took from that is, what is it that to me, what's helping me to take this journey to help others do what I love to do is find or know. You have to know what your passion is. And if you don't know what it is, figure it out. I mean, you know, whatever it takes, you know, just figure out what your passion is. When you know your passion, or sometimes you'll be walking or you'll be doing what, you know, coaching or whatever, and you'll figure out, is this for me? You know, is this what I enjoy doing? And maybe it's not, but along the way, you will figure out that not everybody's the same. But you can do this business not because you're selling the product, but because you're helping others. And in return, you will see where your passion is if you don't already know. That's how I feel. And yes, my passion is in helping others, and this is part of it. I mean, I love fitness, and I love, you know, getting healthy. I originally was working off of fitness and just, you know, working towards being fit. And that actually didn't work out too well for me because I didn't stick with my health habits or my fitness as well. Is when later I got back into it and realized I needed to change my health, you know, do better with it, because my mother-in-law and my dad were in the hospital at the same time because of health purposes. So it really opened my eyes to, I really needed to be more healthy first. And this is just for me. I mean, everybody's different. So I knew what my passion was. It became health and helping others because I knew what it did for me when I changed, figured out that that's what I needed to do. In order to do the things that you have to imbalance your life and balance things all around you or within you, that's one of the things you need to do is figure it out, know what it is, be healthy. Healthy will help everything else seem to balance out a little bit better than what it was before. So when I started, you know, moving more towards being healthy, I saw a huge difference in weight loss and the way I felt. I had more energy to work out, to do the things that I needed to do, and to help people the best that I could and not be so wore out, not be so tired. The health just really took off 100 miles an hour. And then after I did the health, fitness stuck, and so did health. So everything stuck. It wasn't like I just temporarily did it and then stopped for a little bit. I mean, I took that health part and I ran with it, and then fitness jumped in there, and it's like I just fell in love with it. So I know everybody's different, but that worked for me. So my balance is that my passion is for to help others, and through Beachbody, I'm able to do that. And also being the product, with me turning to and using Shakeology. I've been doing it for a while, but I had stopped for a little bit and then got back on it when I, you know, started turning towards the healthy side of everything. Shakeology, and when you pay for Shakeology, which is really not that much compared to what people are thinking it is when they hear the amount. My husband is big about, you know, spending money, and he came out and said, you know, we just had this $8 salad from Dairy Queen, and it was like $8 and some change. And he says, I would rather have had something more nutritional, more beneficial, and less expensive, like Shakeology that will fill you up, give you, you know, everything you need, that this salad, this iceberg salad lettuce with, you know, grilled chicken, there just wasn't enough nutrients or anything in there compared to the $4 plus change Shakeology that you can have every day. So my husband opened my eyes to that, you know, really, really big. So it's also, I love the health part because it did help us, help me financially, you know, food-wise. And so anyway, so I do feel better. I stick with my program better. And now that I feel better and I'm sticking with my program better, it's making me have this drive to just go full force with sharing that with everybody else. I want people to know that it might say that they might see the dollar sign, but that dollar sign, when you add up $8 or $10 for 30 days, that's $300 a month for a salad, one salad. But Shakeology's 124, or depends, you know who's getting it, but or 99, you know, whatever. So I think that that's a big deal when I tell people that. That's the first thing that they want to talk about is, but it costs so much. Well, it's cheaper than the salad that has no nutrients in it, hardly anything, you know, from wherever. And it's a lot, you know, it's just a lot better for you. And okay, so the next deal is, sorry, I'm rambling. The next takeaway I got was, sorry, lost my stuff here. Because I'm figuring out what my passion is and I know what it is, and going to Team Beachbody, it was really opening my eyes to a lot of things because those speakers had so much to give. A lot of them that became 15 diamond, you know, 11 diamond, what, you know, just have done so well with Team Beachbody. They all talked about, it seemed like everybody talked about one thing, and that was, you know, they did it because they had a passion for helping others, you know, and because of that, I thought, I have that, I want that. I mean, that's what I want. Yes, I can do that. But I want to do it right now. I want to do it right now. I don't want to go through the in-between stuff. I want to do that right now. I don't want to figure anything else out. So that's where the patience comes in. So once you figure out, for me, once I figured out what my balance was, what my passion is, what I know it is, the next big thing is patience. And they even talked about it. You know, you can't, I mean, maybe some people can, but it's going to take time, you know, and that was the hardest thing for me, I think, is because I get so driven once I found out what my passion was, and I was so driven and I just wanted to run. And I didn't want to walk. I wanted to run, and I wanted to run as fast as I could. And I was like, where do I go? Where do I start? I got, you know, do I need to stop doing this? I want to run. But everybody over there, and I brought it home with me on the plane, and it's still with me. They're saying, calm down. You just need to have patience and use the tools that were given to you by your team, by those that are successful in what they do. They're healthy. Use those tools and learn and take those steps. And who knows? I mean, I might be right up there with all y'all. So I'm hoping that that's going to be 2016 because I got in, and I'm very grateful for that. Okay, so my next thing is action. That's my other takeaway. My other biggest takeaway is, yes, you know, we can sit here and talk. All we want, that's me. I can talk about my balance, my patience, my passion. But okay, so what are you gonna do with it, Dina? And you're just gonna sit there and think about it. You're gonna walk. You're gonna crawl. What are you gonna do? Take action. Dina, basically, you know, it's like, don't just sit here and wait for it to come to you, or for people. You need to go out there and share with others what the products have done for you and what my story was or is, and share it with others. So taking action, I think, for me was the other huge takeaway, you know, the other last huge takeaway that I got, because they all did that. They all said, you know what, we can sleep tomorrow. we're tough, you've had a long day, whatever. But I think the biggest thing was they took action. They did not say no. They said yes. And when they said yes, they didn't just sit there. They did something about it. They picked up the phone. They heard a team call or something. I'm the world's worst about reading, but there's audiobooks. I know personal development is part of all of that. To me, I'm combining personal development, one of the 3 vital behaviors, one of the main ones being personal development. Part of that is where I found my passion. Part of that is where I'm finding how to have my patience and how to take action. So, and continuing to do that every single day, to do that every day will continue to give you that drive. And I've also known that to write down when you figure out what your passion is, and I would say write it down, because once you get going and everybody goes through a rough time, there's rocks, you're going, everything seems to be going good, and there's going to be something that tries to get in the way, whatever it might be to keep you from being driven in some way. But I took that from Dewitt Jones, that, he had an expression that he put up on the screen that was I guess a boat on the river, and they're just sailing, everything's going great. Next thing you know, there's rapids. So what are you going to do? I mean, are you just going to freak out and the boat's going to flip and everything's going to just turn over? Or are you going to say, I believe in myself. I believed in myself when I knew I had this passion, and you're going to do this. You're going to get through that rapid. Because I can see what's on the other side. This is just fear trying to get in your way. So remove that fear and take action and go. Don't let anything stop you from doing what your purpose is. And
love it.
I love that. I love that. I mean, I'm just so excited.
That's awesome. I love it. Dina, I love that takeaway. I think that's key. I mean, you have to have all 3 of those components, or else it's going to be a long road. I think, to have the passion and to take that action and to, really believe in yourself. I mean, that's huge. So thank you for sharing that. I love it. So cool. All right. So Brittany, tell us your takeaway real quick.
Sorry, I have to unmute.
It's all good.
Can you hear me? I'm here. Hi, guys. Good evening. So I'm going to talk about one of the breakout sessions that we went to, and it was about leveraging the power of your story. And, Emily kind of spoke about this a second ago and said that it's important as coaches that we get those products, that we dive into the size, and we get that Fix8 cookbook, and we drink our Shakeology. And honestly, if you are doing that vital behavior and you've got that proof of the product, you've got stories. You've got stories. So for those coaches that, maybe you just haven't really dove into everything that Beachbody can truly offer from all ends and aspects, I encourage you to really do that. Because if you don't feel like you have a story right now, going through a 30, 60, 90-day transformation with one of these outstanding programs, it's going to give you a story. So what they said is that the worst story that's ever told is the one that's not told. So if you feel like, and I've been there before my business, I've been there where it's I can't tell people that. I don't want to, I can't tell them that ugly part of my life, or that, I don't want to let them know that I'm weak or that I failed at something. I don't want to let people know that. And it wasn't until I started allowing people to be inside of my heart and inside of my mind. It wasn't until I did that my business, it was very flat, because I was flat. And so it shows that you're vulnerable, and it can be super scary to hit send sometimes when you have that, that story that it just means something to you. It's personal to you. But that's everybody who is a Beachbody coach, everybody at the top, they have that super scary moment too. And that's what helps them get to success. So 3 things that can be part of your Beachbody story that they talked about: financial aspects, physical transformation aspects, and then your inner self-esteem, inner transformations. So if you've ever struggled with like a self-confidence thing, maybe there was an eating disorder or a way that you felt about food growing up, or just you were teased and bullied about, oh no, the 10-minute warning. Maybe you were teased and bullied or anything. That's like an inner self struggle that maybe through Beachbody and maybe being part of this team culture, going to Summit and being around all of these like-minded fit friends, it's stuff like that that you can talk about how you've transformed. Physical transformations, obviously, from using the program, and financial transformations. Maybe Beachbody helped you pay off your car payments. Maybe Beachbody helped you guys get groceries in the house when times were tough. It doesn't have to mean that I just made $1 million last week on Beachbody and I'm building a mansion and look at my really pretty dress and purse, because it's fun to watch some of those women out there have that. I don't have that yet, but financially, Beachbody helps me do the extra things that I want to do in life. When I want to travel, I can, because I've got my Beachbody money. Those are stories that you can talk about. So when you go to tell your story, you need to always talk about when, what, and how. So they talked about that, back in 2011, I was, and then you tell them what was going on in 2011. And then you tell them, what that struggle was, how that felt, and you tell them how you are now and where you've come around. So the when, the what, and the how are really important for storytelling. It's important though, and I'm really I'm practicing this a lot right now in my own business, is that you cannot share trials. You can't share bad days if there's not a lesson to come out of it. So if you're just going on your like page to vent and, you had a really bad day and eating stinks and I'm still fat, boo, boo, boo. You can't leave it at that. Like you can post that maybe in that moment, but like maybe an hour later you should come back and be like, but guess what? I just rocked out my workout and I'm having my shake and I'm alive. You got to come back and you've got to actually teach your following something, because if you're just giving them the negative, then it just becomes kind of a white noise of like negativity. And we know how that is on Facebook. When you scroll through that, you're going to lose followers. So always make sure there's a lesson in any trials that you're undergoing. You don't have to tell everything at once. They say you can do it in chapters. You can practice it. Get on video and practice it. Secret story, I made like 3 videos today practicing my story, and I cried in all 3, and all 3 were very, very long. So I could not post any of them because nobody's going to watch a 10-minute video about me crying. But I practiced them today. Like I practiced it so that I can get better at it, so that when I really want to like get that story out there, I'll probably still cry, but maybe I can bring it down to like 4 or 5 minutes instead. And just share it. Share it on Team 180. Share it, send it to Emily, send it to me, send it to whoever that you feel comfortable sending it to get feedback. But know that even though your story is personal, there's going to be haters out there. There's going to be people out there that are going to potentially comment on your story with their opinion, and it might not feel good. And that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to start an argument on Facebook about it, because it can get ugly. I've posted before and afters, and I've had people comment, I liked your before better. I've had that. And that's rude. Why would you say that? But they do. So just understand that when you're putting yourself out there and being vulnerable, yeah, it is hard sometimes. You might get negative feedback, but it's okay. It's part of your journey, and you're just building on now another story that you can tell later about a time somebody was negative about you being vulnerable. So that's my biggest takeaway. Get out there and tell your story, Team 180.
I love it. I love it because I know that, man, shoo, like you tell your story, you want to put yourself out there and start drawing some attention and be able to really start investing in the lives of other people. You just tell your story and you will be amazed at how many people come out of the woodwork going, hey, I've been there, or I'm going through this right now, or whatever. And so I love it. I mean, your story as coaches, because we're not here to just sell a product. So we're not here just to say, hey, look at my before, look at my after, because behind the before and after is a person's life who is going through so much more than that picture will ever give into. And so you've got to share your story because people as human beings, we have to relate to each other. And that's a great way to do it and to really just put yourself out there. Okay, so I want to share my takeaway real quick. I know we've got 5 minutes left, so I'm going to do this quickly. My biggest takeaway, actually, Lindsay Matway, this was from one of the general sessions, and Lindsay Matway mentioned this real quick. And this has truly been, I mean, I just did a call on this on our last Team 180 call, and I just feel so passionate about this because it has been 100% true in my life and in my journey as a coach so far. So for the last little over 2 years, I've been able to build a business because of time. And she discussed this. I mean, and she really dove into the idea that, you know, we've got to get out of the instant gratification mindset because that's not what this business is about. And too many people fall prey to this idea that we've got to, you know, we're going to sell stuff and we're just going to make money and we're going to grow a team and we're going to put in a few hours and make a lot of money. And it's going to all happen within the first 2 months of our business. And whew, there we are. And they look at the really successful coaches and think, wow, you know, it's only taken them 5 years to make $1 million a year. But think about it. I mean, that means it was a slow, you know, you have to build. So it takes so much time. And so I want you to always remember that you may be making less than minimum wage for the first year of your business. But listen, that if you stick with it, if you are willing to commit to the long haul, this business has the potential to completely change your life. Not just financially, but every other aspect of your life. And here's the other part I wanted to mention real quick that I just, so good. But she said, we've got to stop focusing as coaches on the results of what we're doing and start focusing in on the actions instead. Because here's the thing. I mean, we have all done this to where it's like we put in all this time and effort and work and we get a lot of no's. And we hear a lot of, oh, that's just too expensive. I can't afford that. Or, oh, that just doesn't work for me. Or, oh, I don't like that shake or whatever. But we hear a lot of that. And we get so focused on the results of what we're doing, the fruit of our labor that, oh man, well, you know, I'm putting in all this time and energy, but I'm just getting a lot of resistance and nobody wants to sign up on my team. And, you know, we get very focused and very discouraged when we focus on just the results of what we're doing. We are always going to be discouraged. We will be. We will be disappointed every single day. But why don't we start focusing on the actions instead? Instead of saying, I'm going to sell a challenge pack today. And then at the end of the day, if we don't sell a challenge pack, then it's like, oh, I failed today. But if you went out there and you talked to 5 people about joining your challenge group and introduced all of them to a challenge pack, do you understand that even if all of them said no, but you've planted a seed to 5 different people and that you've talked to people about the product, that you've talked about our business, that you now have people who are going to refer you to their friends, that you've put yourself out there, you've practiced talking to people. So when you focus in on doing the actions and doing the actions really well and stop focusing so much on the outcome of what we're doing, that's going to change your business. You're going to be a lot less disappointed every day or every week or every month. You're going to be more focused on what's important and what matters most in the business, which is the actions and not the results so much. You know, because what if, just for instance, what if you're trying to lose weight and all you're focused on is, oh, I just want to be a size 2. Oh, I just want to be a size 2. And then you're not a size 2 that next day. And, oh, bummer, dude, I'm not a size 2. What if you started focusing in on the actions most? So you're focused more on, as long as I get my workout done and I eat healthy and focus on that and every day. And guess what? That is what gets you the results. And in this business, the actions get the results. So stop focusing so much on the outcome and start focusing in mostly on the daily actions. Did you complete your to-do list? That's a successful day. Whether or not you sold a challenge pack, if you've got your to-do list done, do the 3 vital behaviors, you've had a successful day. So that's what I love that. I was like, whoo, that's so good. Music to my ears. So anyways, thank you for being on. I'm about to run out of time. That's why I'm hurrying through this. Thank you, Dina. Thank you, Brittany, for sharing your input. I'm going to share Jennifer's on the Team 180 page. I'll even share the picture that she sent me. So stay tuned. I'll post this recording. Please pass this on to your team to make sure that they hear a lot of these takeaways because they are gold. So, all right, you guys, I love you. Thank you so much for being on. We'll see you later.